It's been a great year of reading, I have to say. I read a lot of books. I read a lot of duds, but I also read some really, really incredible, remarkable, moving, awe-inspiring books, all right? And I just want to share with you a stack of a few books that really stand out in my memory and that I highly recommend you read. Okay? First off, Eat and Run. I bought this for my husband. He is a marathon runner and he is into this kind of stuff. I run, but I'm not a marathon runner. Okay, I run half marathons. Certainly don't have any intention to run an ultra, let alone a full. I mean, 26.2 miles is a lot. But this guy, the guy that wrote this book, Scott Jerk, he runs ultra marathons. He runs 160 miles with no rest. Okay, he just keeps running and 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 running, and he eats nothing but plants. Go figure. I can't, it's still hard for me to wrap my mind around that. But, you know what, I read this book and I was expecting to get a little annoyed about him preaching about his vegan diet and stuff. I respect that, but I don't really want to be a vegan. I don't. I live in Texas. I eat barbecue. I can't. Sorry. But I do appreciate that he eats a healthy plant-based diet and that he can actually sustain himself on that and run 160, 170 mile races. The book ends with him running a 24-hour ultra marathon. That's 24 hours of running. Running. Nothing else but running. And his mantra, the thing that keeps him going, is this: just do things. Okay? It's something that he heard from his father back when he was, you know, growing up in the School of Hard Knocks. He had a very hard Scrabble background with a hardened father that made him work to the bone. And the thing that just really got him through it all was his dad's saying, sometimes you just do things. Okay? So next time you go to the dentist and you need to have a root canal, just remember that. Just have a mantra for yourself. And it really does help. Like, I used this mantra when I was running the College Station half marathon last month, and I got tired at like mile 7, which is really sad. But I just thought, what would Scott Jerk do? He would say, sometimes you just do things. Now, a little less with the heavy. Let's bring in some fluff, okay? Best beach read of 2014 goes to 5 Summers. I bought this book at an airport. I hate being I hate flying. I hate airports. I hate feeling like cattle, like like moving around in a stale air and dealing with people. So I'm already like, I need some comfort. And what do? Instead of, I should, not go for the chocolate, I should go for books. So I find the nearest bookstore and I impulse buy something. I'm so glad I impulse bought this book because it was just the perfect read for me at the time. It was a really fast read because each and every one of these characters was very complex. They, were trying to be something that they were not. They all had secrets, and their secrets came to a head at the very end, and it just got cray-cray. It just got real at the end, and I was just like, whoa, So, good stuff. My next book, this book did not come out in 2014. This book, I don't know, it's a little bit older, but I read it in 2014, so it's going on my list, damn it. This is my blog, and I can do what I want to do. And I'm putting this book on my list. Look at how cute that dog is, okay? It's a book about self-discovery, adventure. It's a memoir. It's written by this guy. He's kind of a couch potato. As you can see, he doesn't really look like a professional mountain climber, but you know what? He defeated some amazing odds. And he's just an incredible man, and this is an incredible dog, and they helped each other get through some really hard times in their lives, and they, conquered adversity, and they're just an amazing duo. Highly recommend reading this book. Even if you're not a dog lover, you should read this book. It's awesome. And now I kind of want a schnauzer. My next book on my list, I do not have in my little hands because it was on my e-reader, which is actually on this device that I'm recording myself on, so I have no visual aid for you. But I'm sure you've heard of it. It is called The Orphan Train. Orphan Train, amazing book about a little girl who had a very, very hard Scrabble life. She was basically, you know, auctioned off like cattle with the rest of the kiddos on the orphan train to farmers and mean people in the Midwest that just wanted to, you know, to buy these kids and use them as slaves, basically. It was like the slave trade. It makes you really appreciate things that you have in life and not take things for granted. I highly recommend it just by anybody. It's a really great read, and I think it would make an excellent movie, by the way. So there you go. Those are my top books of 2014. I hope that you are inspired to read at least one of them. And if you are, please tell me what you thought. If you do get around to reading any of these books, I would love to know your thoughts on them. And if you have a list of your own, I'd like to know what your best books of 2014 are.